Now, to continue. This is Jesse R. Johnson. This is cyber warfare, world war, information security warfare, its basics. This video is in 5 parts. This is part 3. If you have not seen part 1 and 2, please do so. Please watch all 5 parts. This will give you an overall grasp of the world situation in the cyber war realm, which is real and which is accelerating, escalating, and becoming more ominous. Once again, this is part 3. Now, this video starts off where part 2 ended exactly. This included phone calls, emails, financial transactions, web searches, and a great deal more under classified code names. Now, this was to watch every terrorist, would-be terrorist, and terrorist sponsor, and every foreign adversary for warrantless wiretapping, to mine calls in and from Russia, Mexico's cartel tracking agencies, keeping tabs on United States America's closest allies even, such as Britain, Israel, Germany, etc., from fiber optic cables, telephone switches, United States of America, largest telecommunications that is, turning over data on every call made inside and outside the United States of America for cyber espionage. TAO, Tailored Access Operation. TAO covered its buildings and inner departments in copper mesh to stop any signals from leaving and breaking and entering digitally by brute force and hacking, cracking passwords and algorithms, finding 0 days, creating exploits, developing digital implants, malware, which is malicious ware that twisted software and hardware to do their wishes, and finding every crack in every layer at every level and exploiting it. Targeting operating systems, browsers, third-party applications, and target the core with kernel-level exploits. Using coding breakthroughs to target arms dealers, Iranian generals, etc. Hacking United States American allies to find very hard to find targets in North Korea. 19. There is a world war going on. It is World War III. Most don't know it. One nation doing what it can to shut down another nation. Totally. 100%. Nations grouping together for support. Each nation fighting 2 wars. Internal to itself and external against others. Thumb drives, USBs, or flash drives, and iPhones were handy tools for spies. Surveillance became more widespread, tracking every keystroke of an adversary. Text messages, emails, purchases, contact, appointments, locations, personal searches, capturing live audio and video feeds through phone camera, along with getting someone to plug in a computerized USB into a military network shared by intelligence agencies was another method. Officials at the White House, the Pentagon, etc. Mobile alerts was another. The NSA used, the National Security Agency that is. The TAO, Targeted Access Operation, the TAO partnered with the Air Force to hack satellites, worked with Navy against threats to the United States of America's warships, intercepting messages from parts of Europe, the Middle East, and northern parts of Africa. The TAO hackers monitored drug cartels in Central and South America, Mexico, Ecuador, Cuba, Colombia, Venezuela, Brazil, Argentina, etc. Breaking algorithms, deciphering digital ones and zeros, finding weaknesses in software and hardware, firmware to weaponize exploits. The Chinese were hacking in order to pilfer intellectual property from companies, research labs, and think tanks, etc. in the United States of America. The totality of United States of American government computers has been infected and broken into by others. Number 20, in 2008, NSA, under code name Genie, Genie, embedded implants in foreign adversaries' systems, and almost every major make and model of internet router, switch, firewall, encryption, hardware, and computer. Foreign IT systems administrators whose credentials gave access to millions of targets. Foreign secret texts, messages, emails, voice recordings, etc. Different nations sell spy compromised telecommunications equipment to spies on the other country, stealing each other's source codes, which is the base code, stealing each other's source codes and planning its own backdoors in smartphones, cell networks, and routers. Countries such as Iran, Cuba, Sudan, Syria avoided the United States of America's technology. The United States of America is accusing and condemning everyone else of what it itself is doing to others. Now, by 2017, the United States of America was hacking into China, of course, but hundreds of thousands of NSA, CIA, TAO, military's intel agencies' implants were embedded in other foreign networks, routers, firewalls, switches, computers, phones, etc., earth-wide, siphoning text messages, conversations, etc. etc. Hold on, please, for 1 second while I get this together. Hold on, please, while I just get this here together, and we'll be right back where we started. Now, as I was saying, they compromise systems as yet that cannot be broke or hacked, such as shutting down North Korea's missile launch systems. We'll go to 23. This is 2013. The black market for 0 days, exploits, bugs, worms had Russia, India, Brazil, Asia, Asian Pacific area, Malaysia, Singapore, North Korea, South Korea, and the Middle East countries, with Iran, Iraq, Libya, countries of Europe, Libya, also countries of Europe, Argentina, Australia, Canada, Japan, Mexico, New Zealand, South Africa, Switzerland, Turkey, Ukraine, and the UK included. British spyware went to Burundi, Ethiopia, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, where they used code to monitor investigative journalists, dissidents, human rights activists, to shut them down. Now, by 2019, dozens more foreign actors had entered the 0-day codes trade black market. Their motto: we protect you from people like us. Those who break into banks, pharmaceutical companies, national laboratories, defense contractors, security companies, tracking child predators, kidnappers, traffickers, etc. Depending on the bug exploit and what it's used for, cost between 3 figures, $100, to 8 figures, $10 million. Now, the figures was not nation states. The figures was not nation states to hack United States of America, our enemies, and our allies. That is what they were used for. The figures was a nation states to hack into the United States of America. Also our enemies and our allies. In this world, virtually no one can be trusted, such as Hacking Team. Hacking Team was a group of people who sold to the United States of America and some of the most oppressive and human rights violating countries there is. All for fucking money. Don't care about oppressed or enslaved people. They only cared about the fucking money. Now we'll go to 24. The NSO of Israel found a way to hack invisibly and remotely hack into every smartphone on the market. Blackberries, Nokia, Symbian, Android, and iPhones. In the United States of America, law enforcement did not have the tools as yet to bypass encryption, making it difficult to track or monitor child predators, terrorists, drug kingpins, and many other criminals. This is called going dark. Then, law enforcement was given a tool called Pegasus, P-E-G-A-S-U-S, Pegasus code named. Now, this captured inaccessible data before and after it was encrypted from end to end. GPS locations, gather sounds and snapshots with the phone's camera, and a great deal more. The regular local police was given powerful spy tools, or spyware. It was the most sophisticated spyware on the commercial market. It required a target to click on a malicious link. The NSA, CIA, MIB, and other spy agencies have one step more advanced. They have no click, zero click is needed for their systems. The black market, offensive cyber weapons is large. Is very large. Zero-day bugs don't stay secret for long. These spyware, cyber weapon tools are tested by throwing, so to speak, terabytes, quadribytes of junk code at it to try and break it. To you listening to this video, it may sound trivial. Now, what happens when your phone, TV, newspaper, water, food, gas, car, electricity everywhere, and so on stops? Is it still trivial? Will it be trivial then? Will it still be laughable, a joke? Will it be laughable then? When all your shit shuts down in the United States of America by an authoritarian government like the UAE or China? We'll go to 25. Israel's NSO company of spies created Pegasus code bug. Hack hundreds of targets for $800,000, 50 extra targets for $500,000, 20 targets for $250,000, 10 extra targets for $150,000, using what's called Pegasus, a zero-day code that leaves no trace. What this code does is trick and lure more than 400 people to load spyware on their phones. Pegasus was powerful, infecting operators and dozens of servers in Algeria, Bahrain, Bangladesh, Brazil, Canada, Cote d'Ivoire, Egypt, France, Greece, India, Iraq, even Israel. an ally of the United States of America, was infected by their own bug. Jordan, Kazakhstan, Oman, Pakistan, Palestine, Qatar, Poland. Hold on, please. I'm going to do a little checking here. Hold on for a second, please. Hold on just for a second so we can get right back to business. Right back to business, about now. This also included banking, commerce, transportation, ground and air, where airplanes are hooked to computers. If you can get inside that computer, you can make that plane crash. Also, you can make trains with chemicals on it crash. That's on the ground, of course. But transportation, ground and air, medical and healthcare, etc. Putting digital implants in the world systems. The United States of America, was rendering its own hospitals, towns, and cities. Transportation, ground and air, agriculture, food, water systems, manufacturing, oil and gas, military offense and defense, banks, corporations, large and small, or simply critical infrastructure vulnerable to foreign attack in the same way. The United States was making its own self vulnerable in the own way it was making other places vulnerable. Now to continue. In other words, it's a digital arm race, so to speak. No rockets are needed. Attacks are in 1,000th of a second. Set your target up and fire, or simply click. Shut down foreign networks or take out the United States' physical infrastructure. That means take out its water facilities, food, electricity grids, oil, gas, commerce, and corporations in minutes of the United States' total empire. Now, to continue, Russia hacked the Pentagon's classified and unclassified network in 2008. North Korea jammed websites of the Treasury Department, the Secret Service, the Federal Trade Commission, the Department of Transportation, the NASDAQ, which is a stock and exchange. The New York Stock Exchange also was included in that. This is what North Korea did to the United States, harming the United States of America in the cyber realm. In 2010, in 2010, in the cyber world, it's tit for tat. An eye for an eye. Listen to me carefully. Whenever you deal in an eye for an eye, you make all of us blind. Dr. Martin Luther King. The United States of America put out Stuxnet, Stuxnet, to slow Iran's nuclear ambitions. But the computer worm got loose. Belarus, Russia, California, even the United States of America itself, California and the United States of America, Germany, Indonesia, India, dozens of countries of Europe, and over 100 other countries, infecting tens of thousands of machines in its paths. Programmable logic controllers, PLCs, as they are called, were being plugged into autos, chemicals and power plants, dams, hospitals, enrichment facilities, etc. This is a hacking tsunami waiting to widespread nation-level happen. At that time, Stuxnet, Stuxnet, was one of the strongest cyber weapons ever used. Number 22, 2011-2012. Smartphones were real-time trackers. A person's every movement, relationship, purchase, search, and storing could be tracked. Then smart homes, train sensors, computerized, railroad track train systems, their systems were computerized. Smart traffic lights, all the traffic lights that cars stop at and go and so on, thousands of them were computerized. Retailers tracing someone's purchase to the smart billboard they passed. Cows fitted with pedometers, and sensors. So we had mass mobility, connectivity, storage, processing, and computational power. Spy agencies could now track 75% of the people on Earth. President Obama of the United States of America, that is, ordered officials to produce a list of all foreign target systems, processes, and infrastructures for cyber attack. Spy agencies of the United States of America use malware, malicious ware, so code spread automatically from one vulnerable server to server in a fraction of a second. Hacking tools developed solely for invisibility and obfuscation. Computer codes such as Picasso, P-I-C-A-S-S-O, Cottonmouth, C-O-T-T-O-N-M-O-U-T-H, etc. At this time, countries rely generally on the same technology. The United States is bankrolling technology that can boomerang on itself if a nation-state cyber criminal or rogue hacker were unfriendly toward the United States of America. Chinese hackers were breaking into the United States of America's telecommunication, and internet companies, taking passwords, blueprints, source code, the base source code that is, taking source code, trade secrets, etc. Vulnerabilities and exploits created a large black market. National Security Agency, Central Intelligence Agency, also DREAD, another intelligence system, DEA, Drug Enforcement Agency, FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, USAF Air Force, U.S. Navy, TAO, CISO, and others in the United States of America. And hundreds of organizations, foreign adversaries, and allies were part of this black market and are part of this black market. Zero-day hunters, developers, sellers, buyers, and traders. Now, this has been part 3. Please go to part 4, which will be put up in a day or two from now, and share this video, subscribe, and have a fine day.